Alright, today I'm going to be talking about the Get Involved app. Now this is an application that I developed, and the idea was originally posed by Chris Phelan at the Denver Professional Chapter of Engineers Without Borders USA. Now the general idea behind this application is that it'll help streamline getting people involved with Engineers Without Borders USA. So I know when I was the president of the Northeastern chapter, we would always get emails from people asking how they could get involved. And sometimes responding to all those emails and trying to link people up with the correct different groups within the chapter can be really time consuming, and sometimes it just doesn't get done. So this application should help streamline that process where someone that wants to get involved with Engineers Without Borders can look at this list for a variety of different chapters, see what tasks they need help with, and then click on a user and contact them, email them, to directly ask them how they can get involved with that specific task. So first, let's start with creating an account. Now, to do that, all you have to do is click down here on the sign up link and enter a username, password, a valid email address, and select the chapter you want to be affiliated with. And chapters are going to be receiving admin codes. Now these codes allow the person with that code to automatically become an administrator for the chapter. So administrators can post new tasks and new projects that the chapter is working on. Now I've entered a username, example is a username, and an email address, and I've selected to be part of the Denver Professional Chapter and entered the admin code for that chapter. So now I'll just click join. And I can log right in. And to do that, all I have to do is enter the credentials that I just created. So now that I'm logged in, I can see open tasks that have been created. I created an example one earlier, and there are tabs at the top for open tasks, add task, and adding a program or a project. So let's start with adding a task. So to add a task, you have to select the date that you want the task to be viewable online. So these dates will automatically take the task off after a certain amount of time. So let's just put it on for about a month using the open and close dates. Next, to categorize what kind of task it is, I've created 5 different categories. 2 of them are chapter-related categories, where it's fundraising or general are the subcategories. Project-related categories, so non-technical or technical, or an other category. So let's go with a technical project because that has the most fun stuff in there. And we'll enter a description, a contact name, and email address. And now that I've entered that, we can enter the task category. Now these are actually just the occupational categories used on the EWB-USA website, just to have some different categories to put it under. So let's just say this is for education, training, and library. Travel isn't required, but let's say it's associated with a program within the Denver program line. So Denver has 3 programs they're working on in Togo, Ecuador, and Madagascar. So let's use the Ecuador project. They have the program is actually called Mulingua Pamba, and within that there are 2 sub-projects for drinking water and irrigation. So let's say it's a drinking water. And then there are different project disciplines. So if you choose a technical project, these radio grids will show up, so you can select different aspects of the project. And this is actually taken from how EWB-USA categorizes projects. So let's say we need help with water storage, distribution, and treatment for a potable water system, and maybe some irrigation lines and water storage for irrigation, and why not some drainage. So we'll enter all that and we'll hit submit. So it takes a moment to add the task to the database, and then it shows up on the open task list. Now I can see this list because I'm logged in, but if I weren't logged in, I could also see it. The only difference is that when you're logged in, you can click here to edit the task and make changes to it, or you can also see tasks that aren't current anymore. We don't have any here, but if a task expired, like if it's past, for example, if it's past the posting close date, it won't show up to a user that doesn't have an account, but it will still show up in your task list here. So if you wanted to update it and revise it, you could add it back and make it current again by just changing the dates. In a similar fashion, you can add programs and projects to the list, which would update when we chose what project we were working on, the Ecuador project, for example, and it was in Mulingwapamba, and it was drinking water. That's what we chose before, but if we wanted to add a program, you can add a country in the program title, or if you want to add a project to a program, you can just select the program to start with, the country in the program, and then add a new project title. But I won't do that now because this is set up how it should be for the Denver chapter. Another feature if you use the admin code as a chapter, you have an admin link over here where you can manage your users. So as an administrator, you can update user levels. So there's just a basic chapter member, which chapter members have an account, but they aren't able to edit the tasks, or edit or add tasks. They can just view them. But there's a level 2 user, which is a program or project leader. They can add tasks, but they can't add programs or projects. And then chapter leadership is level 3, and they can add tasks and programs and projects. But here you can also delete users and ban users, so if someone's not behaving, you can delete them from your list and they won't be able to add tasks anymore. So let's look at what the page looks like when we're... So to log out, I just click on the left, and we're back to the main page, which gives a basic description of the application. And then there's a drop-down box at the bottom. And here we only see Denver professionals. But as other chapters start using this, you can just use this drop-down box and see what different chapters in the mountain region, currently in the mountain region, we might expand this, you can see what they have for projects or tasks that are posted. So here we'll see the list of what we saw before, but we don't have the status, and we can't edit these tasks. But what we can do is click on the contact person and fill out a form to contact them. So here it gives you the name of the contact you're contacting, and if you had an account, this is where a general user would be able to see, with an account, would be able to see the contact's email address, which is posted as an image just to avoid some spam issues. But without an account, you won't be able to see the email of the person you're trying to contact. You'll just be able to contact them, and hopefully they'll get back to you quickly. So I think that's a good overview of how the application works. I encourage you to try it out, and let us know if you have any questions or suggestions just by using the general contact us form at the bottom of this page.